Welcome to the Thorn City Syndicate Spotlight Show. In this episode, I get to chat with my guy Keon Brewer from Charlotte, North Carolina. Keon's journey is a testament to the power of determination and adaptation, from his days as a football player to his current aspirations in broadcasting. Keon's story embodies evolution and empowerment, transitioning from his athletic background to becoming a fitness trainer, showcasing his resilience and ability to connect with clients. This journey has laid the foundation for Keon's venture into podcasting. As the host of the Keyword Is podcast, he explores diverse topics, sparking engaging discussions and sharing his insights. What truly distinguishes Keon is his relentless pursuit of growth. As a devoted husband and father of four, Keon's story also emphasizes the importance of balancing personal and professional pursuits. Keon serves as an inspiration, showcasing the potential for transformation and empowerment through determination and the willingness to embrace change. Thorn City Podcast Guy, let's go. Welcome to the Thorn City Syndicate Spotlight Show, where we network and build connections through interviews and discussions. I'm your host, Thorn City Podcast Guy. Make sure you visit thorncitysyndicate.com, hit that like, share, subscribe, get the updates. Today I got a special guest in the spotlight, my guy Keon Brewer, joining us from the East Coast by the way of Charlotte, North Carolina. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm not too bad, man. I can't complain. Yeah, thanks for joining me, man. I appreciate you. Today we're going to discuss Keon's journey from football to fitness training to podcasting, and then you want to get into broadcasting, right?
Yeah, that's the goal.
So on what level of broadcasting?
I like to ultimately get to like sports broadcasting.
Okay.
But if I can get on the news and get a slot there, that'll be ideal right now.
On the local news channel?
Yeah, and then have my own like sports
segment? Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah. And then ultimately just be straight sports network type.
Sports network, like ESPN?
Yeah.
Fox?
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the goal. That's the dream.
Yeah, nice. You anybody in that field?
I know people who used to be.
Yeah.
But they wasn't on camera. And I don't have to be on camera myself. But if I'm into like writing too, like broadcast writing.
Okay.
Like I can come up with the words to say certain things. I know people who did stuff like that, but never been on camera.
Yeah, nice. So yeah, Keon's the host of the Keyword Podcast. Tell me about the Keyword Podcast.
The Keyword Is, that's my podcast, and it's really a therapeutic thing that I do. It's very personal. If you listen to it enough, you would think that you actually know me because that's where I can be vulnerable. It's just me. I don't have a co-host or nothing like that. So I get on there and I just say whatever is on my mind. I'm a conspiracy theorist. So I get on there and I talk about some of the a lot that's on my brain, and I just let it all out right on the podcast.
So let me ask you this. What's the most craziest conspiracy theory you believe in? That you tell people and they just think you just crazy.
No, we didn't go to the moon.
We didn't go to the moon? You don't think they
when
went
I say that, when I say that, they might as well just call me crazy and just throw me out wherever I'm at. Like,
you didn't see them up there? You just saying that wasn't the moon. They went somewhere, but that wasn't the moon.
I'm saying that was a Hollywood studio, and we set up some cameras, green screen, did it up. Anytime I start explaining that,
yeah,
it's over for the conversation.
Yeah. Man, people paying millions of dollars to go up there now. They got to be going somewhere.
It's only the elite.
Only the elite. Yeah, you couldn't pay me enough to go up there. I ain't going up there.
Yeah, I'm good. I stay right here.
Man, staying right there. So tell me a little bit about your background as a former college football player. And you played some professional, right?
Yeah, I played a little bit of indoor football. So I started as a youngin'. I was probably 9 years old and went to high school. I played offensive line mostly, a little bit of defensive line. And after college, I played in they have all-star games where you can sign up for them and send your film in, and then you can get chosen. And so I played in the game, got an opportunity to go to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. And I stayed there for a couple months over a summer. I was actually still in school. You do 4.5 years. I did my 4 years of football. And during my last little semester, I went and played for a little bit. They put me up in the department, got me another little side job because it wasn't paying like big money for us to play.
It was a check though. It was something coming.
Yeah, exactly. It was cool. And played there for a couple games. League shut down. It was one of those like startups with people with a little bit of money, find a little project. Brought me in to play, and it was cool. It was a cool little experience though.
Yeah.
Big crowd and everything. Like the locals was like loving it.
Nice.
Yeah. And from there, I tried to coach a little bit, and that's when I realized, okay, I'm probably done with this. Like coaching wasn't for
coaching wasn't for you. Yeah, coaching ain't for everybody. Like I said, I do some refereeing. I referee basketball, and people always ask me, "Would you coach?" I'm like, "No, I ain't doing no coaching unless I had a team full of studs. I can just tell you play defense, and I don't care what you do on the other end." But
yeah, make it happen.
Make it happen for me because I'll be getting some of these bad teams and some coaches. I'm like, man, that's a tough job. Yeah, I couldn't do that. But many athletes struggle finding their identity after leaving the sports field. How did you navigate the transition into getting into fitness?
For me, it kind of started in college. I've loved working out forever. I enjoy how I feel during, even when I'm exhausted, things like that. And like I said, I play offensive line. I was probably like, at my heaviest, I was like 290, 295. And I made it my goal. Once you get like to that weight, your joints, like your knees and elbow and shoulders is hurting. Yeah, so I'm like, okay, I need to drop down. And I did everything I had to do as far as eating right, exercising, getting a real routine. And once I did that for myself, it's like a project. I was like, I can do this for other people. Like that's when I started studying, trying to be a personal trainer and everything. And I just dove into it. And now I love it because I get to see people transform, and I know like I did it. I know I helped.
Nice. Yeah, you get to see the whole process.
Exactly.
Yeah. Nice.
Their confidence go up and everything. Like it's cool.
No, that's real cool. I've been trying to change my eating habits, and I could lose a few myself. I could lose probably another, if I can get it really another 10, 15 pounds, I'll be good. But
yeah,
I'm busy right now. I'm living a crazy life, busy hours, working, hustling, always working on something. Unfortunately, my fitness is when I get my basketball games. I don't get enough of them. But when I get a basketball game, man, that's where I get to get out on the court and get me some cardio and get me some exercise. I need to get back on my bike. It's on flat right now. I need to get the tires pumped back up and get back out there. But the basketball season's coming around the corner, so that's always good. I always lose a few pounds during basketball season. So you have any advice to give anybody looking to transition their skills from the passion of the field into fitness training?
I would say if you loved like playing, take that same kind of competitive feeling that you got and take it into fitness. Because fitness is a very competitive field. It's like when you first start getting into training, I've been training for 6 years now. But when you first get in it, you gotta go, like, you have to go hard. And I thought it was just me, but it's a thing. Like, you're gonna leave out when the sun is down, and you're not gonna be back home like until it's nighttime sometimes.
So when you say go hard at it, what do you mean by go hard at it?
Don't think that anybody is gonna, like, as far as like clients, they're not just gonna just come to you. They don't know you, and they don't know nothing about what you can do. So it's like when it comes to like your marketing, you gotta social media, you gotta go crazy on there. You gotta post all your like working out videos and transformation pictures and stuff like that. That stuff not just for show. Like that stuff I get clients. Some people can see it as, sometimes you got the trainers on there going crazy. They doing flips and push-ups, all kind of different styles and stuff like that. But when you're doing that, you're getting eyes on you, and people realizing like, oh, he probably know what he's talking about. And by the time you talk to them, then they know what you're talking about. If you really do, you gotta be dedicated to it too.
So how many clients you have right now?
Right now, I always like to keep a couple, because right now I'm not all the way in it. I'm halfway in it, and I'm halfway doing my regular job. But I have virtual client and I have one in-person client.
What's your regular job?
I'm a courier.
Oh, you're a courier. Okay.
Yeah, I move mail from Wells Fargo to like from post office to Wells Fargo. And sometimes they'll send me out different places. And it's through contracts. I do stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I'm around all day, basically.
Yeah. I used to do the Amazon delivery stuff. I did the Uber stuff for quite a while when it first started. I think I might have been one of the first people around here to do the Uber. Because when I signed up, it wasn't even live in Portland yet. It was live. We're on the border of Washington. So Vancouver, Washington's right on the other side of us. So you can get there pretty quick. So Uber was live over there, but they had a message on social media that said, sign up for Uber, sign up to drive for Uber, make, I forget how many, $30 an hour or something. I was like, ooh, that sounds cool. So I signed up. And once I signed up, they was like, we're not live in Portland yet, but you can sign up in Vancouver. So I signed up in Vancouver and drove over there a couple times and sat around and nothing happened. And I'd say probably 2 weeks later, I got a message and it said, we're live in Portland. And man, it was ding, ding. It was booming. Oh, okay. And so, yeah, now I do a little bit of DoorDash. So I guess I'm a little courier in a sense too myself.
Yeah, that's all it is. You just picking stuff up. It's super time sensitive. You can pick something up, take it somewhere else. It's real simple. And I'm a person who like, I've had jobs where I'm like in somewhere for hours at a time and really prefer to be by myself in the car, like, whatever.
Do a little more freedom, huh?
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Man, so far, so good on the conversation, man. I appreciate you coming through. We're going to take a break here. When we come back, we'll discuss the power of networking and forming some strategic alliances. Discover GMP Podcast Group Studios, located at 2406 East Burnside Street in Portland, Oregon, offering a range of podcast packages to suit your needs, starting at just $49 per hour for your basic setup, featuring the Rodecaster Pro audio console and SM7B microphones, as well as options complete with camera operator and audio engineer expertise. Elevate your podcast with multi-camera recording, plus we capture behind-the-scenes shots within the studio. Visit www.gmpodcastgroup.com and let GMP Podcast Group be where your podcasting journey begins.
Cause this syndicate lyricist exists. Don't blink one eye, baby, you just might miss. History in the making from the making of this. Third, I guess it's welcome back to these words. So I'ma come well like welcome back words for sure.
Yeah. Welcome back to the Spotlight Show. We got Keon Brewer in the house. How you feeling, brother?
Feeling good, man. Glad to be on.
Yeah, man. That's really why I started the show, because I'm at the point in business where I really need to get out and network more and build some alliances and partnerships. And so what better way than to start a platform where I can provide that for other people as well. So you can come on here and network us. And once we own, we in. And so now we're networking and we're aligned. And so that's what the Spotlight Show is about. And to just give people a platform to share their message, tell their story, and let people know what they got going on. So I appreciate you coming out, man.
Yeah, for sure. I'm a fan of that. That whole.
Right on, brother. That's what life and business is about. It's what they say. It's not what you know, it's who you know sometimes. And so I'm trying to reach out across the world. So anybody out there, it don't matter where you at. Keon hit me up. He from Charlotte. He said, man, what's going on? Can I get on? I'm like, no doubt. So it don't matter where you at, where you from, or what you got going on. As long as it's positive and you got something going on, you can come on to the Spotlight Show. I'll spotlight you. So can you share any experiences of your networking and forming any strategic alliances that played a pivotal role in your journey here?
Yeah, as far as in fitness or podcasting, because that
both.
Man, in fitness, the tree is so many branches, because when I first got into fitness, I was answering every Craigslist, Indeed, everything, every ad. And I remember I started at this place that was like a treadmill running place. And I got there and I was trying to be an instructor, but they put me at the front desk. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just chill. I'm gonna do this. They got me in, tricked me a little bit. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna just do the front desk. And during the training for that place, I got connected with this trainer who she ended up working for this corporate fitness company. And she ended up connecting me with the like manager of that, who I started working for that company. I still work for that company, which is crazy part. And the manager for that company, she was working at this church, like wellness division in this church. And I started working for that church. And from there, I ended up having clients there who led me to so many other clients at a point where I was running boot camps on weekends full of all of those people that I had got from that. Like, and it's just a crazy, like 7 degrees of separation type of thing that had me to all these different people just based on like me diving into every avenue of whatever was coming up, like just following every lead. And that it just so many different things that still mean something today. Like I'm still doing up those people.
Yeah.
And as far as like podcasting, I'm just in every group that I could find on there, trying to connect with people and give myself some exposure as far as my show. Because I got my listeners who they can't keep up with me and they'll find me and things like that. But I'm like, I need this to be spread around a lot of different people.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I have something that people want to hear, like that matters. Like,
you got to
inspiration.
start. Yeah.
Yeah.
You never know who you're going to touch.
Exactly.
So yeah, that's probably I'll probably say my most successful partnership and networking is what led me here to this podcast chair. It started when I was helping my best friend out and managing his rap career to get him back on track in life. And we needed a video. So I went to somebody I knew from younger days in the music business who introduced me to my business partner now, Justin. And that's how we got into the podcasting. So we did the video, some film festivals. We won some few awards, got to go travel to New York and got to play the video for people who have no clue who we are. They were able to listen to the music and it was a powerful message in there. So it really touched it. That was pretty successful. And so I would probably say that's my most strategic alliance so far to date, being able to meet my partner, Justin, and being able to do this podcast studio here down on Burnside in Portland, Oregon. If you need some podcasts, anything, come see us. And so that's episode 1 was all about that pretty much. My best friend was on and we shared the story of how it all started. So if you listen to this episode, go back and check that episode if you haven't checked it out now, and you get the full story of how Thorn City Podcast Guy was created from Thorn City Syndicate Management. So yeah, it was the Honesty EP, and that's streaming for anybody who want to go check it out on all the platforms as well. So you got any fitness stories?
Oh man. Yeah. Shoot. I guess it starts with like myself. Like I said, I started when I first realized, okay, I got to do something a little bit. I was like I said, I was done with football. I had probably got down to 280 just based on my body or whatever. And I was like, okay, this can't be my walk around weight because I'm uncomfortable. Like my clothes ain't fitting right. Like I'm in pain for no reason. I'm trying to do things that I enjoy doing, but I'm just not feeling all the way because my body ain't doing what I need to do. So it's like, I decided, okay, and, you know what? Before I just decided, I was losing weight just based on time. Like I couldn't eat like I used to eat, but I ended up getting the flu.
Ooh.
And yeah, I dropped 10 pounds on the flu. And from there I was like, okay, that's 10 pounds, but now let me get healthy. Like that kind of kicked things off a little bit. It's like this. And I've had so many like injuries that shouldn't have happened. I sliced my fingertip off one time working at a fitness studio.
The whole finger?
Nah, just the top, like the part of my finger. Yeah, sliced it off. And that kind of sent me into a funk a little bit because I work out 4 to 6 times a week type. So that made where I had to sit down where I couldn't do nothing. I was like, this is bad. It had me like I was grumpy walking around, everything.
Yeah.
Got bad ankles, so like I hurt my ankle one time. Anytime I gotta sit down for 2 weeks or whatever, something like that, I get my whole headspace is just off.
The whole program is off. So you gotta do a whole reset.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's tough. I think that's the hardest part is that you got to get into a program, into a groove, and stick with it. So once you get going, you can get going, but it's hard to get going initially.
Yeah, it is.
So what sparked your interest in becoming a professional broadcaster?
It started with me listening to podcasts and a little bit of my love for music. And it's like, I had things that I want to say. And if I had the skill to make music, I'd make music. But I don't have that skill. Like, I don't have that skill. Like, I have things I want to say and I have messages that I want to share. And I'm like, okay, casting is a space. So why not do it like that? I have something I want to say. So I'm just going to say it rather than try to put it into a song, which is what I would prefer if I had that skill.
If you had the skill.
So, yeah.
You got to get somebody to make the song for you.
Yeah. And then put it into the song. Yeah.
Man, we'll take one more break here. When we come back, we'll finish talking about your aspirations as a broadcaster.
Sure.
Introducing Thorn City Syndicate Management, your solution for brand management, social media promotions, and digital content distribution, as well as podcast production with GMP Podcast Group. From shaping engaging content that resonates with your audience to amplifying your brand's reach through podcasting. We're your partners in driving success. We offer free strategy sessions and leverage our recording studio and personalized strategies to establish an online presence. Your brand's journey to the top starts with Thorn City Syndicate Management, where innovation meets results. Contact us now at www.thorncitysyndicate.com to embark on your path of transforming your brand's future.
Cause this syndicate lyricist exists. Don't blink one eye, baby, you just might miss. History in the making from the making of this. Third, I guess it's welcome back to these words. So I'ma come well like welcome back words for sure.
Welcome back to the Spotlight Show. Thorn City Podcast Guy, Keon Brewer from Charlotte. Man, so we left off talking about your broadcasting aspirations. This kind of ties into your podcast. I know you said you want to do sports broadcasting, but tell me about some of the topics you cover on your podcast, because podcasting is really broadcasting too, in a sense.
Yeah, I talk fatherhood, talk relationships, family, music. I love music to the point where I'll be having to cut down my music segments because I don't want to 8 minutes on music. I talk sports on there, especially like during the season. I do like weekly like pick'ems almost. Like I talk just about what I'm going through, how I'm handling like some of the rough times like in my life and things like that. So I'm all over the board with it.
Gotcha. So just variety.
Yeah.
Anything you seem to talk about more than others?
Yeah, I talk a lot about the news and music.
Like current events?
Yeah, because sometimes it's funny and sometimes it's just not funny.
Yeah.
But I have to laugh at it because it's just, America's like a movie, really. It's
live,
crazy to watch.
Reality show.
It's really crazy to watch. So sometimes I have to try to back off because I don't want to make a mockery of what's going on. But it's like, this is crazy. Like, how is this happening in real life?
Yeah.
And music, I talk music like every week.
Yeah.
Like whatever drop, I talk about what I'm listening to.
Yeah. Who's your favorite artist?
Ooh,
are you
man,
rap or R&B, hip hop?
R&B.
R&B. Okay.
I'm an R&B guy for sure.
Yeah.
Favorite artist is probably Marie Dahlstrom. I don't know if you know her.
I don't know her. Never heard of her. We'll say it again.
Yeah. Marie Dahlstrom.
Marie Dahlstrom. She sing?
Yeah. She a singer from like the K. Gotcha. And I just ran up on her like 2 years ago and it's fire. It was like instant where she was my favorite artist. I listened to one album and I was like, dang, I like every song. And I started listening to all her other stuff. I'm like, okay. Oh, she's my favorite. This is what's happening.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. Is there any transferable skills that you took from the football field that you can use in podcasting and heading into broadcasting?
Yeah, my ability to handle criticism, because coaches don't hold back. They're going to let you know what it is. You sucked. Hey, straight up. I think probably similar to what I was talking about with fitness, where being competitive is like a thing, because when I hear my podcast and then I don't even compare my podcast to any other podcast, but I'm listening to the ones that I enjoy listening to. I'm like, okay, especially when I'm talking about something and then I listen to my favorite podcast and they're talking about that after I've talked about it. I'm like, whoa, these are my takes.
That's it.
I'm like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, my coverage on this was much better than what they're saying. I'm not on that platform. So it's like, this is,
on those platforms though, then they're going to monitor what you say. You might not be able to say everything you want to say.
That is true. I've thought about that too. I really thought about that before, because I'm like, the things I talk about, I take stances. Like, I don't play the neutral game so much. So it's like, somebody is going to disagree with the things I'm saying, like, for sure. So it's like, I've thought about it before.
Man, I sure appreciate you coming on to the Spotlight Show, man. You got to let me know when we can run this back and get me on your show.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I'm return the favor.
I'm definitely going to send you some stuff about getting on, man, for sure.
So, I want to take this time to encourage the listeners to go check out Keon's podcast. Tell them where they can find it.
You can find my podcast. The keyword is, you can find it on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Anchor, and anywhere else that you get your podcast. It's distributed everywhere. And also on my YouTube, you can find a lot of my different segments. And my YouTube is, the keyword is.
Nice.
So no podcast and just the keyword is.
Nice. I appreciate you sharing your stories and insights. I want to encourage the listeners to embrace your unique journey, leverage your networking opportunities, pursue your passions, just like me and Keon has. Thanks for joining us. Explore the power of networking and find inspiration by following me at Thorn City Podcast Guy for updates, behind the scenes content, and to join the conversation today. Stay tuned for upcoming episodes of Thorn City Syndicate Spotlight Show as we continue to highlight individuals, businesses, brands, and podcasters. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube at Thorn City Syndicate. Don't forget GMP Podcast Group, production company, and go on and hit the www.thorncitysyndicate.com and schedule your free strategy session. The Thorn City Podcast Guy, holla at your boy.
What man? What power?
I appreciate y'all tuning in to another episode of the Thorn City Syndicate Spotlight Show, where we network and build connections, interviews, and discussions. Until next time, holla at your boy, Thorn City Podcast Guy. I'm out.
You remind me of a man.